Hello, good day to you. Hope all has been well. Welcome to Poem of the Day. Today we're going to be reading a favorite of mine, Miniver Cheevy by Edwin Arlington Robinson. Let's jump right into it. Miniver, that's a tongue twister. Miniver Cheevy. Miniver Cheevy, child of scorn, grew lean while he assailed the seasons. He wept that he was ever born, and he had reasons. Miniver loved the days of old, when swords were bright and steeds were prancing. The vision of a warrior bold would set him dancing. Miniver sighed for what was not, and dreamed and rested from his labors. He dreamed of Thebes and Camelot and Priam's neighbors. Miniver mourned the ripe renown that made so many a name so fragrant. He mourned romance, now on the town, and art, a vagrant. Miniver loved the Medici, albeit he had never seen one. He would have sinned incessantly could he have been one. Miniver cursed the commonplace and eyed a khaki suit with loathing. He missed the medieval grace of iron clothing. Miniver scorned the gold he sought, but sore annoyed was he without it. Miniver thought and thought and thought and thought about it. Miniver Cheevy, born too late, scratched his head and kept on thinking. Miniver coughed and called it fate, and kept on drinking. What a poem. I think when was this written? 1922. This poem was written in 1922, and it's over 100 years later, 102 years later today. I think this poem is still extreme. It is. It's relevant in every single one of us. Every single one of us has a Miniver Cheevy in them. Especially today, I feel when things are so contested in our world between living in this world. It's a crazy world and always has been. This poem, written in 1922, this character, Miniver Cheevy, just is so nostalgic and wishes for this time of really romance. And he just coughs and calls it fate and keeps on drinking. I think that's so relevant to a lot of people. A lot of people are really suffering and wish for better times, and they just don't know what to do, and they kind of just surrender and give in to this kind of nostalgia negatively. They think about it so much, this nostalgia, that they can't do anything about it, and they're so set on the past, and it just really negatively affects them spiritually. I think that's something that happens a lot today, where people can't focus on the present. And I think that's what Miniver Cheevy is experiencing. He loved the days of the old, when swords were bright and steeds were prancing. I mean, for Bob Robinson to write this in 1922, every work of art is a reflection of the person who creates it. So Robinson must have felt this in his own life, that things have extremely changed, and he's probably personified through Miniver Cheevy. So even then, people felt it. It's funny. We think we're so important, but the feelings that we have been felt for centuries, even going beyond centuries, thousands of years. I think this just goes to show, I'm sure when there's warriors prancing around, they wished for, who knows, these knights prancing around, these people in feudal society. I'm sure they wish for, I don't know, maybe some Roman civilization, some Greek civilization, or if these people migrated in a feudal society, maybe they wish they were back at home, wherever they migrated from. It just never stops. I think this poem, I could go on for a long time about it. It really makes me think. I really enjoy it because it's, for me, it's so relatable, and I think, again, it's relatable to a lot of people. It's all these romanticized legends, but like, who wants to be a Medici? You know, they ran Florence and, you know, the Italian government. Like, I'm sure these are extremely romanticized, but it's just funny because all this at the end of the day is just, he's an alcoholic. And it sounds like he has a problem he doesn't want to focus on. You know, he's blaming the world for it. It's just a really fun poem, but yeah, thank you for listening, and that's Miniver Cheevy. Thank you guys. Keep it real.